What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. We are here to unbox these insane micro swim baits that we've been talking about for a while. Got a bunch of micro swims, micro glides. We're going to be throwing these on BFS setups mostly. So this is like the big freaking scam. Bait Finesse system, swim baits. It's going to be a blast. So we're just going to unbox, do a first look, and then we're going to go out on the water, test them out. And this is going to be a double whammy because sometime shortly after this video releases, you're probably seeing
4 days and 6 hours.
You're probably seeing a Temu unboxing where we are going through a whole bunch of fake versions of these, all the knockoffs. And then we're going to put those head to head on the water because a bunch of people are like, they're the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's got to be 40 cents and $400. They've got to be identical.
And we're like, we'll find out. So we're going to do that.
We'll find out.
Head to head. But today we've got the OGs, the originals,
We've got some originals, we've got some new baits, but these are the creme de la creme. These are the JDM market, these are the BFS aficionados, handcrafting the best of the best.
The cool thing was a lot of these were recommended by you guys right in the comments below, and we picked them up from our buddies over at Bait Finesse Empire, some from Tackle Warehouse because we had to, and then some
because we had to. It's true though.
I didn't want to, but we did. And then we had to get one from Fish USA because that was the only place I could find it. All right.
Well, one was sent directly from the manufacturer.
And that one was Era Baits, so that was pretty cool.
Shout out to them because otherwise I'm too slow to click the button to get them because they're always not available because people want them so badly. Yep. So thanks for sending.
This doesn't include some of the baits that we already had, the Forbidden Baits Glide, the Maxed Fishing Glide. We will put those head to head with the Temu version of that in the future. We had the Jackal Baby gear on that we showed off, and of course the Euro Tackle Neige. Those will all be back in another video when we actually go out on the water. Just want to call them out. That's why they're not in this video. We have them, and we already unboxed them in another video. So let's unbox the stuff that we didn't have. What you guys should know is that we paid for all but one of these, and that was the Era Baits. So thanks to Era Baits for sending those over. They sent us 2 of them that we get a chance to check out, so that's awesome. The rest of these baits, though, they cost us $275 plus some shipping. And as you see, we
sure did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 baits for $275.
What does that tell you? On an average, these are about 20 bucks. And that means somewhere in the 30-ish, the $40 range, somewhere in the $15 range-ish.
I think the cheapest was $13.99, the Spro.
Yeah.
Everything else was above that. And again, if you're trying to comment, not worth it, spend $4 on Temu, just wait. Like, we'll put them head to head. We heard you, we bought those too.
You'll see.
All right, so that's the biggest one.
Largest to smallest, baby.
Largest to smallest baits here.
Not necessarily something new that no one has seen before, although this pearl bone color is absolutely...
That would be the color to pick.
Delish. This is the, not the Bouncing Baby Bull Shad. This is just the Buka brand Baby Bull Shad. So, a very popular bait from designed by Mike Buka and, well, I'm assuming the team over there. But a really, like, I mean, who doesn't know what these are all about? They swim well, they've been marketed very well, you get a lot of packaging, but here is your baits. So you've got 4 segments, 3 joints, and I think this is right at the top of our weight range. I think it's close, just under a half ounce.
No, this is exactly a half ounce. The next one's under a half ounce.
That's right, just under. So, and that, I mean, when we, it gets a little weird with BFS, right? So these are like on the very high end of the weight spectrum of BFS because they're on the highest end of the size spectrum. Also, a lot of light or even BFS rods can throw up to that half ounce. BFS isn't like a weight designation. A lot of people like to think it's only the hyper ultra micro. It's not. It's just smaller, small-ish, and that's where these definitely fall. You gotta love, this is my favorite tail to see on a glide bait. I find that these
get a little broom handle.
Yeah, they get ruined a lot less, and I just happen to really like them. Quality bait, it has a great reputation. I'm not worried about this one. I'm actually really excited to fish it, especially on BFS gear. I've never really had anything other than spinning gear that's been able to throw this and really catch on it. So that's gonna get some hours, dude. I'm
excited for it. The next one, I'm less excited for because of you guys. You said in the comments below that this one sucks, but we're going to find out if that's true or not. It looks pretty neat. So this is the Mock Baits Mock Shad, and this one is 2 joints. And it's, if you saw the Buka had a lot of space in those joints. This one has much less space, so it should have a tighter action, tighter movement. Yep. Well, let's take a look at it. This one was a couple bucks more than the Spro, so it was the second least expensive bait that we grabbed. And I just lied because look at the space there. It looks like this in package. And I was like, oh, it's going to have a really tight action. Boop. No, it's not. So it opens up. It should have a lot of movement to it. Look at that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Hard plastic tail there.
You guys told us in the comments was that these fall apart. So we're very mean to our equipment.
That's true.
If it falls apart on us, it'll fall apart on you. So we will find out. I like the hooks. They seem a little upsized, but still, I'm cool with it. This should be fun to fish with, and it's a really good look to it, man. They went for the soft plastic on the. They went for the soft plastic tail on this one, but I don't know, man. I will say, of all the colors, this was the only one I was going to pick.
The other colors were obviously marketed towards like the fisherman. Like they were very much like, oh, this is going to look cooler than everything else, like on a pamphlet or on a website. Get this one, but this was legit. The pearl is, hey, who knows?
It seems neat.
If you're going up against Spro on price range and style, I think you're going to struggle. Let's show the Spro just because it was that close. I had something else, but we're going to deviate here. This is the Swimbait Shad 25. Spro, at least in my experience, I think they're underrated when it comes on the bait side. I've never had a bad bait from them. The patterns were, I would say, like, okay. I wasn't as thrilled as some of the other ones. This was the clear winner for us here in the Midwest, but it's a single treble. You get your 4 body segments. And
I didn't know it was 1 treble.
Yeah, and you get your 3 joints here. Really cool looking bait. These are the hard rubber, and then you get the dorsal there. That one is the super hard plastic. So yeah, 1 treble, horizontal line tie, and this bad boy is like a semi-translucent gill color. Looks really cool. Action-wise, let's just give it a dangle.
Look at that.
Way more than you would think for a baby bait, and it is smaller. Like when you look at the mock, where's the mock? Where you at?
We were so excited that we bought 2 of these.
We sure were. And then comparison-wise, I mean, this being at the high end, just under a ½ ounce, obviously a big difference there. So this really in the true what people think of when they think of BFS baits.
So we lied. We said we were going biggest to smallest.
Now we're just on the Oregon Trail here.
Paul deviated. So next up, we got the Shimano BT Bait 99. This is how the package showed up for me. It was pretty blown apart.
Like it came in a Temu bag.
This did ship the fastest. It came from Fish USA.
I'm coming! Here it comes!
There you go.
Fast pitch into the door. Fastest delivery first.
So it was damaged, but regardless.
Bait's fine.
Bait's fine. Actually comes with some replaceable tails, which are stretchy material, which is pretty cool. This is, of all the baits we grabbed, one of the coolest looking ones, I feel. Came in a bunch of neat colors, but we grabbed this like Pro Blue or GT Purple, GT Blue Purple. I just edited that video. I think it's that. But it's going to have a ton of action, even just from the tail, but you can see there's a lot of movement through those joints. 2 trebles on there, super finessey, and 2 different sizes too that you can see, which is really neat. And one of the more expensive baits at $18.99. Actually, I guess it was up the middle.
Yeah, it was in the middle because I think there's some in the 20s.
We spent a lot of money on baits, man. That's all I'm saying. This one was $18.99. It became one of the most expensive baits because I had to pay $7 shipping just to get this one.
That'll burn you.
I should have bought like 10 more things on Fish USA.
We were done.
But I'm not going to fall for that.
We were fully cooked by the time we got done with that one. I'll tell you, this is the Swing Mikey from Jackal I'm about to show you.
Cool.
I'm excited to see this one, but really what I learned is a lesson from the marketing team, and I'm going to read this for you right now. You got the Swing Mikey 72 from Jackal, and the description is charming swingtail action. I want to be charmed. I want to be charmed by the swingtail action.
How charming are you,
So
Mikey?
badly. Now, I know we said like glide baits, like BFS glides. This technically isn't a glide bait. It has a lip, and this one does float. So
we got a couple with lips.
Yeah, which is okay. I still think a big body bait, hard-sided, jointed, single treble. I think this fits the bill. I love this paint job. It's like a frog. Look at that, like, dude, the black and neon.
So neat.
Gets hammered. This is going to be, I think, for me, this would be more summertime than anything else, especially
like
in this
subsurface.
Yeah. But a really cool bait nonetheless, and one that I think has a great reputation. Definitely not like brand new. But when they talk about charming swingtail action, look at that.
Look how charming that is.
I'm charmed, and you can
charmer.
actually dangle a charm from the back there if you wanted to. There's a little spot for you to add something. So.
Do you have a blade or an
That's pretty
additional
sick.
hook?
No, you get a spot to put on a, hold on, let me get in there. There you go. You have a line tie in there to put on, a blade, or even that could be a willow, that could be a Colorado, whatever you want. Super cool. Leave it to Jackal to make a really cool bait that I want to fish.
Next up, we got the Imakatsu. This is a wake bait. It's called the Bibikira. Bibikira. It's probably our favorite name.
Every time I say Imakatsu, I'm like, look at me go. or the next one, too. Every time I say, like, Supaku or Supaku, whichever one it is, hyped. I'm just hyped.
Oh, what? Yo, so this is how they package it. It's actually, like, tied on, and it comes with a spare tail.
Thankfully.
in a nice large plastic bag.
I won't lie, I hate extra parts because like
I'm gonna lose it.
Well, and then I'm gonna ruin them when they're just sitting there. I'm a bad person. This is a me problem.
Check it out. So they have it on like a little string. that's neat. But anyways, this comes with a nice little snap lock up front. You've got a blade hanging. Oh my gosh, you got a blade hanging down beneath that. You've got. I'm stuck on all the hooks. You got a super finesse treble, and then you actually have this little like 2-prong hook off the back. It's like a stinger. And then you've got the soft plastic stretchy material for the tail, which is replaceable, and there's an extra one that comes with this. This does have a circuit board lip to it, which gets me super pumped up because it's really cool. And this color was I think it was like a Wakasagi or something that we ended up grabbing.
Everything had Wakasagi like available.
Yeah, it was this color. You can translate that yourself.
Google, help.
This thing looks amazing. It's one of the ones that I'm most excited to try. Because there's a lot of these that I'm like, Jordan Swimbait, Buka Bull Shad, I know how that swims. Mock Shad, I generally know how this is gonna swim. This thing, I don't know what this is gonna do, but it looks neat.
So next up, we've got something very similar, more of a twitch bait with a lip. This is the, I'm saying Supaku, it just sounds cool. Supaku, whichever one it is, I don't care.
Super Saiyan.
Swimmer, heckin' cool bait. We got the 95F for floating, and this one has the lip. I believe there's one that doesn't have a lip too.
It's right behind you, and I will open it next.
Well, you do that, and I will get stabbed. Look at this.
Oh, we're gonna lose all these pieces.
Spare tail inside. I already lost it.
I got mine out, no problem.
I'm sure you did. This is still in my finger.
All right, well, while Paul works on that, I'll take a look at mine. So this is the slow sink version of this. It should be a pretty slow fall rate. You got 2 super finesse trebles on that baby, and you got the 2 joints with the soft tail. This is not a stretchy tail. It's a harder plastic or a little denser plastic. Lots of action still on this thing, and one of the coolest, if not, was this the one we think is the coolest looking? Top 3 from this unboxing for us. We're super stoked about this one. And color-wise, top 2. You'll see the other one in just a second after this from another brand. But these are really cool. We're excited for it. Look at the detail on this. Oh, man. And you get the snap clip on there, too. Neat. The other one we have is a floating variety that actually has a lip to it, which I believe is circuit board lip.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So here's the floating variety. There's your circuit board lip right there. I love that you get the tie-in, and this is quality tie-in as well, so that is a nice clip. This one has a matte finish, which actually turned out unbelievably good, especially given the blue tinge on the head. I think they absolutely crushed this paint job. And then the semi-transparent, you can really see all of the internals on this bait. It's really beautiful. Honestly, this thing's gorgeous. Yeah, you still get the extra tail.
It's purty.
You get the 2 different size hooks. The 95F, Supaku swimmer, just unbelievable.
I will say, since there's so many spare tails in here, what we're going to do to make sure we don't mess this up,
put them in their own box.
We're immediately putting these all into one box. Yes. We're not splitting them up between us because it'll get lost.
And we're leaving all the extra tails in the bags.
And we're leaving the tails in the bags, and they will be in that box. So when we actually hit the water to do the test, they're all going to be together. Promise you guys that. Next up, we got 2 of the Gancraft Jointed Claws 70, I believe, S's. And this is the freshwater variety. They have a saltwater variety. We live in Michigan. There's no salt here. So take that one. I don't even know what one I handed you.
What do they call it? The salt-free coast?
Salt-free coast, baby.
We also bought 2 of almost the same color, but like in reverse.
Yep.
They're like the anti-white chartreuse.
There's a chartreuse and white each, but one has flash and one does not. This is like the BFS Glide that most people recommend. Got a soft plastic tail off the back there. 2 super, probably the most finesse trebles out of all of these baits.
These have got to be 8s and 6,
dude,
or 8 and 10. Tiny. These are at 8 and 10. I think that's the same as actually as the one we just looked at, the Supaku.
You get the premium snap up front, and yeah, you're gonna have an actual glide. A lot of these are swim baits. This glide has very tight. Look at that.
Yep.
Tight action on this baby. Should be really fun to fish with. When we get into the spring environment.
There's the other color. The actual names of all of these, just because I don't have them in front of me, is actually on our other bait when we did the shopping video. But this is, I mean, this is the one that feels and looks most like an actual fish, and also the one that I feel like if I was gonna put money on catching a fish first on, it'd probably be this one.
For me, it's like this and the Jackal Baby Giron. I have the most faith in.
Yeah, but the Giron you've already fished, so that's unfair.
Well, this feels like it would fish very similarly.
Fair.
Now we could do some quick movements, or we could slowly just draft it out from cover, and we're probably going to catch a ton of fish that way.
I'm pretty hyped on it.
I'm stoked. The last one. We got one more.
Oh, yeah.
So we have here, you can see upside down on the sticker there, Era Baits sent us 2 of their glides, which they do small drops of, similar to the company Maxed, where we had the Raptor, right? They have that little tiny one, the smaller version of this, essentially. Yep. Only a little bit smaller, honestly, which is getting currently knocked off like crazy on Temu. But that one we've had for a while. Now, these are way more expensive than any of the other ones here. They're $40 each. But these guys kindly sent us 2 of them, so thanks to them. We haven't tested on the water yet, so we'll reserve any other thoughts. It's just a first look. Let's dive in. All right, so they did send us a card in the tiniest handwriting I've ever seen.
Script. If I wrote that,
so neat.
If I wrote that card, it would be an embarrassment.
Yep. So this is from Aaron, who is probably a guy making these baits.
Probably.
I think. That might be the person we're corresponding with. We corresponded with a brand, so I don't know if it was Aaron. But thank you to Aaron for sending this. He says, thank you for your interest in Era Baits. Enjoy. We hope we enjoy.
No, I'm super excited. This is cool.
2 lures in here and some weights. So this is pretty cool. But check this out in packaging. Probably saw this in the thumbnail, but you get that. I'm going to save this packaging because this is good for storing stuff.
Perfect.
But there you go. You got that bait right there. Let's pop it out.
I'll show you the weights while we're doing that. So they have a variable sinks system. So these are 2 small tungsten pin weights. We'll see where you can put these once we open the baits up. But I'm assuming somewhere in like the belly chest area, there's a place to pop the pins in.
2 in the chest.
But pretty cool. I'm assuming that's just you can really get dialed in on your depth, but also probably a little bit on your action there too.
All right, so let's get up close and personal with this thing. So we got another premium snap clip option. A lot of our higher end glides and swim baits that we grabbed today, they have those. And we've got a lot of movement compared to that Gancraft jointed claw, like totally different kind of action that we're probably gonna get out of this thing. And off the back, super soft, wide tail for this thing. So there it is, pretty dang tiny, super finessey hooks on it. Well crafted.
Is that resin base?
This is, I believe, resin, similar to the Max lures. But check this out. You see those 2 little, can you see those? Little tiny holes. There's one there, and there's one behind that front treble. So top, middle. And that is where you can push those weights in. Anyways, there's the Era Glide. That thing is pretty dang sick. All right, you guys, that's all we got for this unboxing. Tons of awesome little micro glide baits and swim baits here that we are pumped to try out this spring. Trust me, I can't wait for this ice to melt. As fun as ice fishing is, I'd rather be on the water, but go ahead.
Well, we also have some new Cashin rods. So we got the new Cashin Element BFS rods to test these out on. So very hyped for not only glide bait season, because that is on its way, but the BFS glides as well.
Thank you for watching, you guys. Stay subscribed or be subscribed if you want to see how these perform on the water and if you want to see how they compare to the cheap knockoff versions from China via Temu, because we're going to put those head to head as well to settle it once and for all, but probably not because the comments are undefeated.
And we went out, we got the exact knockoffs from this bait, the J-Max, and the other. So we literally looked for the 1-to-1 copies wherever we could find them on Temu for these baits. So I'm actually pretty excited to see that one, and I'm excited to inform my own opinion.
I just love that you refuse to say Temu correctly. It's my favorite.
What Temu is mine. Why would you give them the respect?
Temu.
Why would you give them the respect that they have not deserved?
Exactly. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.